Welcome to Strip Club. Yay! Good morning. My name is Daniela, and we're filming from Cozy Quilt Shop in Rancho San Diego. That's outside San Diego. And we're showing you a brand new pattern that uses 2.5-inch strips. It's called Blurred Lines. Yay! Yay! You see why it's called Blurred Lines? Yes. And I'm here to show you how to put it together. And you don't need me. You don't need me at all. This is such a fast, wonderful, easy quilt that our sample maker said it was as fast as the strip race quilt. Yeah, right? Very fast. So you're going to start with 2.5-inch strips. In this case, we started with a bally pop called River Rock. This is what the River Rock bally pop looks like. And you can see the colors right in there. In addition to the strips, we have two fabrics that we use as coordinating fabrics. One is the accent fabric, and in our case, it's charcoal gray. And then the second fabric is sashing fabric, and it's a nice cream to set it all off. We also used that same cream as border 1. We went back to the charcoal as border 2, and then we used this fantastic geometric print as the outside border to pull it all together. So really, very easy. You don't need me. But I will tell you a hint. The size that we're using, that we've made here, is a twin size, and it takes 36 strips. The pattern Blurred Lines is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes. So if you'd like to make a king size, you'd need 78 strips. This is the twin size that uses 36. If you're working with a bundle of 40, you have 4 strips that you will not use. We removed any strips that were close to the charcoal or accent fabric. So we pulled any fabric that was close to that in value or color, we pulled those out of the strip set. Those were the 4 we put aside because we didn't want that charcoal to compete with the strips. If you put the same fabrics as the accent fabrics as your strips, you're going to have chunkier pieces instead of accent pieces. So it's sort of it'll just muddle the design. So we pulled those out. And with only 36 strips needed to make the size, you can afford to pull out the 4 that you choose to pull out. There are actually 2 blocks in this quilt, block A and block B. To make it, we recommend that you cut your strips in half. This will add variety. To make strip set A, you sew these pieces together. Notice there is a wide accent and 2 narrow accents. Sew those together, cut out your block. There's block A. Strip set B is a little different. Same concept, only pieced slightly differently. Strip set B, sew those together. Again, 2 narrows and a wide. So that's strip set together. Press the seams in one direction, cut out your blocks, put them aside. Now you have a stack of A and a stack of B. All you have to do is when you you arrange your quilt, A on the top, and then you alternate A, B, A, B, A, B. Next column, B, A, B, A, B, A. You follow that? Yeah. Sew your rows together. Here, I'll show you what it might look like. And you get an extra bonus today. You get to see it in other colors. So A, right? B, B. See how the columns go? Okay, my little gift to you. The seams here do not have to match. You're welcome. And the combination of the narrow going into the wide and the narrows offsetting, that creates the blurred lines effect. So sew your blocks together by columns. Sew each of the columns together. Then measure each of the columns. Find the average length of those columns and then piece your sashing to that average length. This will help keep it square. So the sashing pieces, we have the 2 sashing pieces. They're the cream that go in between the 3 columns that we see for the twin size quilt here. Good? Good. Then you add your inner border 1, then your accent border, and then your outer border to complete your quilt and your blurred lines in no time at all. You can do it, right?
Yes.
Can you imagine it in another color? Do I have something to show you? Why, yes. Yes, I do. So I mentioned that this is fast, this is easy, especially in these colors. It's got a masculine feel to it, so it could be a great gift for men or for somebody that doesn't care for flowers. It's got a great modern look to it. In fact, let's look at some fabrics that are a little bit more modern. Lonnie, our hero. You could step here so the camera gets you. Do you like it?
Yes.
Is it striking and beautiful? Is it totally different?
Yes. Totally.
Totally different. This size is the throw, I believe.
It's a big throw.
Well, we like our throws big.
Cuddling for two.
Okay, a throw, is it 3 columns across?
Yes.
Okay, then it's a throw. A lap is only 2. 2 columns across and then 4 blocks down. So this is a throw, uses 30 strips. You could actually get a throw and a lap out of 1 strip set. No, almost. You need 2 more strips. So here we have, just for color difference, here we have that fantastic blue that sets it all off as the accent fabric, and then the white. Now the white, it just blends differently, doesn't it? It doesn't look like it's sashing, and I think it's because there's so much white already in the strips. But a terrific quilt, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you imagine who that could be for? You picturing the recipient for that?
Yep.
So fresh and young, got a very modern look to it. So blurred lines and different color combination. Do you love it?
Yes.
Now, if you will indulge me, the pattern was so easy, I feel like I want to share more stuff with you. Can I share more things with you?
Yes. Sure.
So 6G Bally Pops are out. That's the 6th generation of Bally Pops by Hoffman Fabrics. We have the collection up here. They are absolutely stunning. And I have a few things that I want to show you that use those brand new strips. And snaps, which are 5-inch squares, and crackers, which are 10-inch squares. So if you know our book, Save the Selvages, you know that we have this terrific title that features selvages in 16 different small projects. But what you may not know is that you can also use strips instead of selvages in your projects. So what I have here is a cute little zipper bag. It's made exactly the same way as the selvage. It's done on foundation. The only difference is we're using strips. So instead of having the print of the selvages and having a lot of white, now we have a lot of color. So this is a little zipper bag. And the strips are made by cutting them twice with a pink rotary blade down the middle, and then just sewing them on top of each other like you would the Save the Selvage books. So here's a cute little zipper bag, and this uses the Splash Bally Pop. Isn't that fantastic? Great colors. And now we have another zipper bag, and I believe this is the Volcano colorway. Isn't that beautiful? And here we have an iPad mini cover. And you can see how beautifully this shows off the strips and the fabrics in the strips. So with the Save the Salvage books, you can make 16 little projects like this using these strips. What a perfect way to use your leftover strips, if you have a few leftover strips from other projects. Just a couple. And this one is my favorite, probably because it fits my tablet and my choice of colors. This is a tablet cover. It's got flannel on the inside, and it's just a little Velcro cover. And the tablet fits nice and neat in there and keeps safe. And the Bally Pop that we used for this was Pacific. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So just another idea of way that you can use the strips in projects. And these are all the new Bally Pops. Okay, you want more?
Yes. Yes.
More. How about quilts?
Yay. How about
There's a collection called Sea Holly. I believe it's Sea Holly. Oh, maybe it's Tide Pool. Well, you open it up and, yeah, I think it's tight pull. Can you name the quilt? XOXOX, very good. A+ class. Uses the strip tube ruler to create the two different blocks. The blocks are made out of the same strip set. They just produce two different blocks and twist and turn to create the O and the X. And this used the Sea Holly Bally Pop. Pretty, huh? Tide pool. Oh, tide pool, tide pool. Tide pool Bally Pop. You like it?
Yes.
Let's see if you can guess the next one. This will go back in your memory banks. It's like Christmas every day here. Anyone? Anyone? Yes, Brownstone. Extra raffle ticket for her. It is Brownstone in Pacific. Do you love it? It's got a real indigo look to it. So here's that same Pacific Bally Pop that we showed before. And now it's set on a black background, I believe, right? Yes. And then the accent here is just, I think it's like a glacier. It's a very white with a touch of blue accent fabric. I love this one. The pattern is called Brownstone. And this is why I rarely name patterns after colors. Because you could look at that and say, well, Daniela, it's not brown. I know, which is such a great name. The pattern is Brownstone. The strips are from the Pacific Bally Pop. Isn't it great? Would you have thought when you saw that, would you have thought of it in a quilt like this? No, it sort of pulls it together just by adding that black and that touch of white. One of my favorites. And now, our last Bally Pop sample, and it uses the same fabrics as we have in the quilt behind us. So we used River Rock for the quilt behind us, and now we're going to show off a different quilt. Let's see if you can name it using the same fabrics. Are you ready? Oh, Daybreak. Who said it? Everyone said it. Raise your hand. Raffle ticket for everybody. So part of why I love Daybreak so much, it has two different background fabrics. So it looks like there's two different blocks, but it's really the same block with just the different background fabrics. Oh, and there is an accent fabric. We use this brown as an accent fabric. So these are the same fabrics as the one you see on the wall behind you. Just looks a little lighter, brighter because of those background fabrics. Yep, same fabrics. River Rock. I love this one too. For 10 years, I've been joking that if the business fails, at least we'll stay warm. Okay, and now for fun and giggles, we're going to show you this same pattern in a different colorway so you can see the original. Because it's always fun to see the same quilt in different colors. And part of the reason we do it is so you don't get stuck on the same color that we did it in. You can visualize it in other possibilities. Oh, wait, it's not what I was expecting. Oh, yes. Yes, it is what I was expecting. Actually, it's not. I forgot this was our original colorway. Ah, it's Daybreak again, yeah. Now the fabrics, here, I'll hold it up. The fabrics now for the backgrounds, the two different backgrounds, they're not as, they don't have as much contrast, so there's not as distinct. But there are two different background fabrics in this quilt too. Now this was a Bally Pop, I believe, called Blueberry. Brown Sugar, thank you. Brown Sugar. Which I left on the grocery list, so now I have 2 packs at home. And we don't use a lot of it either. Should have brought it in, along with that bag of Snickers bars that I don't really need.
Did you get it?
Did you get it? Did you get it? You want it again? I'll do it again. We'll do it for you, Keiko. Look, we've said your name on film now, so everybody around the world knows Keiko's here. Okay, so the pattern is blurred lines that we've shown you today, our latest pattern, fast, easy, handsome. That's the word that comes to mind when I see this pattern, or this quilt. It's a handsome quilt. 5, 6 different sizes. The pattern is available at your local quilt shop, or since you're here, We are your local quilt shop. You have the pattern. Remember to support your local quilt shop. Here are the other patterns that we showed Daybreak. We had 2 different samples. This colorway was the one I was expecting us to hold up. That's why I was surprised. Brownstone, so you can see it in its original colors and why we named it Brownstone. And then XOXOX was the original, so this is the pattern for XOXOX. All great ways to use those 2.5-inch strips. And thanks to Hoffman, they're beautiful on the market. They keep us sewing and keep us creating beautiful things. Do you have any questions on the quilt? You know why? Because it's that easy. Well, if there's no questions, thank you very much for coming today. I invite you back next month and we'll do another pattern that uses 2.5-inch strips.
Yay.